Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes on this Friday, Good Friday, April the 10th, 2020. And we are, of course, experiencing a cold, windy day in the Northeast and looking at some of the watches and warnings that are up. But we still have wind advisories that are posted for northwestern Virginia, north and west into south central, southeastern Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, up to about New York City. And we're also seeing some gusty winds on Long Island as well. Still have winter storm warnings up in Maine, where a foot or more of snow is accumulated in some places. We have some lake effect issues going on in upstate New York, so we've got some winter weather advisories posted in a few counties, mainly north of I-90 and also in parts of southwestern New York. Issues regarding frosts and freezes, because in some areas the growing season has begun, so we're seeing frost advisories and freeze warnings that are up for parts of Ohio and Indiana. A new weather system coming in from the northwest and dropping southward, that's going to be coming out of the southern plains, and that's going to be a major storm come Sunday night and Monday going to the Great Lakes. So we've got winter storm warnings up for a good chunk of Montana and watches for parts of Wyoming and into South Dakota and Nebraska. So it's a fairly busy day, and it's going to be a relatively busy weekend. On the satellite loop this morning, there's our storm, really well defined, sitting off the coast of Maine and Nova Scotia. You can see the rotation is very well defined here as it starts to slowly edge away to the east. But we have this large upper trough, and that is producing all the back edge clouds that you see that go down as far south as West Virginia and Virginia. And it is causing some lake effect action, as we mentioned. And in fact, there were even some snow showers in and around the New York City area and parts of New Jersey and northeastern Pennsylvania overnight and this morning. So Merry Christmas to you as we're approaching Easter. It didn't snow all winter, and you're seeing some snowflakes now, but sometimes that's how it works. And here's the radar as of 11 o'clock Eastern time. You see the action up in Maine, the snow showers that are rotating on the backside, driving southeastward. And we're seeing some of those snow and also a few rain showers in the mix, and where the air is slightly warmer, relatively speaking, down in parts of southeastern Pennsylvania, some stuff aloft there, and also down into Chesapeake Bay. Nothing that lasts very long, but on a day like today, you sort of feel like it's the beginning of March out there. Where you've got clouds now that have taken over after a few breaks of early morning sun. Just with respect to the winds, we're actually seeing in some places wind gusts that were stronger than yesterday. So we've got 49 mile an hour wind gusts being reported at Atlantic City, and we've got a 48 mile an hour wind gust being reported in Philadelphia. Across Long Island, most of the gusts are in the 30s. Back across Pennsylvania, we're seeing gusts up into the low and mid 30s, and also up into the mid and maybe even a few upper 30 wind gusts. And there are even some gusts up into the 40s in parts of northeastern Virginia. So it's just that kind of a day today, very unspring like. And the next weather system is going to be for Sunday night and Monday. So for the most part, we're looking at um, uh, a dry period here through the daytime Easter Sunday. I would say if you're traveling for Easter Sunday, but my guess is that very few, if any of us, are traveling. This is the snowfall forecast map into Monday morning. So what you see in the Northeast, this is all from what's going on now. But what you see in the Midwest, this is from the next weather system, and there's going to be some more added to this because, again, this only goes till 8 a.m. Monday, and you see where some of the heavier snows are going on to the west. And with respect to rain, this is going to be also a significant rain producer and a significant severe weather producer, which we're going to get to in a second. Again, this is through Monday morning, so there's going to be more rain to be added to these numbers here, and I think we could wind up with a 1 to 2 inch rainfall in a general area from northeast Virginia to southern New England. But you can see some of the heavier rains being generated in parts of Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and into Georgia and the Western Carolinas, 2 to 3 inches at the very least, and possibly some areas could wind up getting more. Now, the Storm Prediction Center, this is the risk area for Saturday into Sunday morning. So we're going to start to see severe weather risk increasing across much of Texas and into Louisiana and parts of Oklahoma and nosing up into Kansas. But when we get to the next day, which is going to be Sunday into Monday morning, you got a moderate risk already being indicated here in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, and into Georgia, and going into enhanced risk here, slight risk reaching up through the Carolinas into southwest Virginia. The northern fringe of the marginal risk makes it up to just south of the Washington, D.C. area, and then goes back through central Ohio and then cuts across central Indiana and Illinois. And just looking at the probability of severe weather here, that's very high, a 45% probability of severe weather. And at this time tomorrow, the Storm Prediction Center will be giving forecasts with regards to the chance for tornadoes, hail, and strong gusty winds. And we'll go through that tomorrow. So here's our deep storm over Nova Scotia today as we look at the overnight GFS model that pulls away. We should see sky conditions improve on Saturday. It still might be a bit on the windy side Saturday morning. Going into Easter Sunday, it looks dry, but clouds are going to be rushing in. I think that lead area of precip that you see across the Great Lakes and into parts of Pennsylvania will be light and spotty and probably dry up. But here comes that storm. The low in Texas runs to Arkansas. It starts to intensify. The snow that breaks out on the northern fringe, and you can also see all the severe weather that the GFS is picking up on its radar presentation here for Sunday evening. But again, for most of northeast Virginia to southern New England, it's still dry through the day, Easter Sunday, and into Sunday evening. And then Sunday night, we start to see the heavy rains come in with heavy rains Monday morning. Your storm is sitting in southern Michigan. And by the way, the wind is going to be a big deal here come later Sunday night and on Monday. First from the south and then southwest. And then once the front goes by, we're going to see a wind shift to the west, and I think we're going to probably see gusts of 40 or even 50 miles an hour out of this. Monday's severe weather risk will be in the coastal Carolinas, and you see it here. This is at 1 a.m. Monday. The severe weather risk will shift to coastal Virginia, North and South Carolina, down into coastal Georgia. I think that the severe weather will probably cut off. It might get as far north as, say, southern New Jersey here as this weather front swings on through. And then after that, weather conditions should improve, although it will be on the chilly side going into the middle part of next week. So enjoy when we get the nice weather, the nicer weather tomorrow. Even though it is going to be chilly, today's temperatures not much above the upper 40s and low 50s in many places. Tomorrow we should be in the 50s. That's still cool for this time of year. We'll probably start to inch back into the 60s away from the ocean on Sunday. And then we get into that heavy rain. Again, I'm thinking 1 to 2 inches of rain likely Sunday night into Monday morning. And of course, those of you that are watching from the areas that are impacted with severe weather do keep a close watch on the developments here and make use of the National Weather Service forecast page by going to weather.gov, or you can also come right here. So have a great day. I know I went a little long, but there was a lot going on. And of course, we have the Easter weekend. Hope everybody is staying safe as we continue to do our social distancing thing, and hopefully this will end soon. But it's just another day here. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you. We'll see you later.